Okay, in this video episode, I'm going to show you how to solve a system of linear equations. There's three unknowns with three equations. Now, the way we're going to do this is we're going to use the process of substitution. And the way we do this is we're going to transform three equations with three unknowns into two equations with two unknowns. Then we're going to solve those two equations with two unknowns using substitution. And then once we find the two variables, we're going to substitute back into any one of these three equations to find the third unknown variable, and then we'll have the three unknown variables solved. So let's go through the process. Now, we are using substitution, so one of the first things you want to do is have a look at these three equations and look at a variable that has a coefficient of 1 or -1 typically. Let's have a look here. We have a coefficient of -1 here for the C, a 1 for this C, and a 1 for this A. You can pick any one of them, but I'm going to pick the A because it's really convenient that the A is there on the left. All we have to do is throw the -2B on that side of the equals, the plus C on that side of the equals, and then take that A, that variable, and substitute it into equation, the second equation and the third equation. So let me walk you through it as we do it. So the top equation, we're using substitution. I am going to make A the subject. So let's make A the subject. So A equals, there's our A. Let's make it the subject. So -2B, I'm going to throw it over this side of the equals. So it's going to be plus 2B. So that equals 2B plus 2B. And plus C is going to go on this side of the equals. That's going to be a minus C. Minus C. And of course we have a -4 already on the right hand side. So it stays -4. -4. Okay. That is what we're going to use for substitution. We're going to take this here and replace it for the A's in the second and third equation. So that A will be replaced by this. It'll go here, and then we're going to substitute and put it here in front of the -3. And then we're going to solve two equations. So let's go through that process now. So let's put it into this equation, the second equation. So we're going to have 2. So we've got 2, and then bracket. Let's copy this down. We're going to replace that A. 2B minus C minus 4. Minus 4. Close bracket. There it is right there. And we've got a plus 2B. Let's add that. Plus 2B. And we have a minus C. Minus C. And that equals 10. Okay. Let's expand this part here. Expand and distribute. So it's 2 times 2, which is 4B. 4B. Minus 2C minus 8 plus 2B minus C equals 10. Okay, now all we need to do is collect like terms, because you'll see there's no A's there. We only got B's and C's. So let's collect the like terms. So I'm going to collect the 4B here with the 2B. See those two guys? 4B and 2B, that's going to give us 6B. So that's going to be 6B, so 6B. So they cancel out, cancel out. We've got a minus 2C and another minus C, so it's going to be minus 3C. Minus 3C. Let's cancel them out, cancel out, cancel out. We have a minus 8 here, and on that side of the equals, we have a plus 10. So why don't we go ahead and add 10 to both sides, 8 to both sides to get rid of that 8. So I'm going to add plus 8 here and plus 8 on this side. So that means we're going to be left with an equal sign here. So we add the 8 here, 10 plus 8, that's 18. Okay, there's one of our equations. Now this has only got two unknowns, B and C. So we need another equation with two unknowns, and that's what we're going to do the same process. We're going to substitute A here, A equals 2B minus C minus 4, and replace it right there for the minus 3A. We're going to put it right there. So let's go ahead and do that. So it's minus 3 times A. So let me do it over here. So it's minus 3 times A. Let's put the A in there. 2B, I'm going to use red this time. 2B minus C minus 4, close bracket. 2B, minus 3B, there we are. 3A, there's our 3A, minus B. Minus B, minus 4C. Minus 4C equals 9. Okay, let's expand this. 3 times 2, that's minus 6B. Minus 3C, actually plus 3C. Minus and a minus is a plus, right? and we've got a negative 3 and a negative 4, multiply those, it's going to give us a positive 12. Minus b, bring down that minus 4c equals 9. Let's collect like terms. We have a minus 6b and another minus b. That's going to give us minus 7b, isn't it? Minus 7b. So cancel them out. Cancel that out. Cancel that out. We have a plus 3c minus 4c. 3 minus 4 is negative 1, so it will be minus 1c. So just minus c will do. Cancel them out. There and there. And we also have a plus 12 on this side of the equals and a 9 on that side. So let's subtract 12 from here. I'm going to take away 12 from here, and I'm going to take away 12 from here. So 12 minus 12 is 0, so that disappears, that cancels. So get rid of that. And on this side, we're going to, 9 minus 12 is going to be a negative. So that's going to be negative what? 9 minus 12 is negative 3. So it's going to equals, bring down the equal sign, equals negative 3. So let me just box this up. That's our second equation. So we've got two equations using substitution. So two equations with two unknowns. B and C are the two unknown variables. So all we have to do is solve these two guys. I'm going to call this equation A, and I'm going to call this equation B. All we have to do is solve these two guys. So let's solve them. Now we're going to use substitution to solve them. And we're always looking for a variable that has a coefficient of 1 if possible. And the one that has it is right here, that's a negative 1. So I'm going to go ahead and make C the subject. So to make C the subject, I'm going to add C to both sides and subtract 3 from both sides and swap the minus 3, bring it over here, make it a plus 3, and the minus C, make it a plus C. So let me swap them on either side of the equal sign. So that's going to mean that the minus C goes over here, so it equals positive C. And the minus 3 becomes a plus 3, and bring down the negative 7b, minus 7b. There we go. So now we've got C as the subject. Now, I'm going to box that up in red. Now that C is the subject, it's on the right-hand side, we're going to substitute that into any one of these two equations. Probably this one is the best one because we use that one. So let's substitute and replace this C right here for this C right there. I'm going to substitute in there to solve and find one of the variables. So let's go ahead and do that. So C, replacing it over there. Let me just put a little border over here. Okay, so C equals that. Let me write it down again. C equals minus 7b plus 3. C equals minus 7 plus 3. And we're going to substitute it into this equation right over here, 6b minus 3c. 6b minus 3, I'm going to use a c here. 6b minus 3c equals 18. Oh, that's a b there. Minus 7b. Let me check. Minus 7b plus 3. Minus 7b plus 3. Let's take that c and replace it for that c there. So let's go ahead and substitute. We're using substitution. So it's 6 times b minus 3 times, I'll put in brackets, there's our c. It's going to be minus 7 plus 3. We substitute that in there. Like that, and it equals 18. Equals 18. Okay, let's expand this now. So we've got 6b again, minus 3 times negative 7. It's going to be a plus 21b. Minus 3 times plus 3. It's going to be a minus 9 equals 18. Okay, let's collect b's. 6b and 21b, collect them together. That's going to give us 21 and 6, that's 27b equals, add 9 to both sides. So I'm going to add 9 plus 9 plus 9. So that disappears, that cancels. 18 plus 9, altogether that gives us 27. So 27b equals 27. Divide both sides by 27. Therefore, b equals 1. So that's one of our variables. We've solved it. There's one variable. b equals 1. Now that we know what b equals 1, for one variable, we're going to go back to one of these two originals, any one we want. I'm going to probably take the b and put it back into, say, this one here. Put it into there and see what we get for c now. We want to work out c because we've got two equations, two unknowns. We worked out one unknown. So let's put it into there and work out what the value of c is. So let's find out what c is. So it's minus 7b minus c. Or we can just take it and substitute it straight into that. So let's just put into that. C equals minus 7b minus 7 times b. b equals 1. There's our b, there's our b. b equals 1 plus 3. Let's bring it down here. Plus 3. So c equals negative 7 plus 3. Negative 7 plus 3 is going to give us a value of c equals, well, it's going to be negative, it's going to be negative 4. There we go. C equals negative 4. Now that we know what c is and b is, we got the two unknown variables from two equations using substitution. All we have to do is substitute these two guys into any one of these original equations to find the third unknown variable, which is what we're looking for, is a. We got b and c, we're looking for a. The easy one, you can use any one you want from the originals. I'm going to go for the top one because that's what we're looking for, a. Now it only has a coefficient of 1. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to create some space here. Okay. Now we've got a minus 2b. So a minus 2b. So we've got a minus 2b plus c equals negative 4. Okay, all we have to do is put the b equals 1 right there and the c equals minus 4 right there, so we can solve and find the third unknown, which is a, the last variable. So let's work that out. So a minus 2 times b, 2 times, and what's b? b is 1, so let me put a 1 in there. Plus c, what's c? c is minus 4. So I'm going to put brackets here and a minus 4 in there. Minus 4 equals minus 4. Okay, let's start to work this out. We're looking for a, so that means we have a minus 2 times positive 1 is minus 2. Plus and a minus is a minus, so that's minus 4 equals minus 4. So a minus 2 minus 4 equals minus 4. That means we have a minus 2 and minus 4 is minus 6, isn't it? Minus 6 equals minus 4. Okay, all we have to do is add 6 to both sides. So I'm going to add 6. So plus 6 and plus 6. So if we add 6 to this side, the 6 disappears from there. So it's just a. So that means we have a equals, this is our third variable, a equals, 6 is gone, we add 6 to negative 4, 6 minus 4 is 2, so a, the third missing variable, equals 2. And there we go, there's our third variable. Now all you have to do if you want to further check and reconfirm that you are correct is to take the three variables we just worked out using substitution, a equals 2, b equals 1, c equals negative 4, and substitute them in each of these original equations, and if you get left-hand side equal right-hand side, you'll be able to confirm that you are correct. Thanks for watching.